Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
Hey, you all crazy movie watchers. What?
What are you talking about?
I have no idea. Welcome to another exciting episode of Real Nerds Podcast. I am Ryan. I am joined by Brad.
Hey, what's up?
You know, just another week seeing another movie.
Have we really done this movie thing for the 653rd time in a row?
We sure have. This week we saw Robert Zemeckis' new film, Here. Stay tuned, where we will recommend...
No, we watched it elsewhere.
Yes, but here's the film.
Where? I don't see it.
No, here is the film. Where is where we saw it?
There's a film called Where?
No, we're really bad at Abbott Costello.
Yeah, we're the worst.
So stay tuned
first.
for... we'll recommend the film or not, play the trailer, then spoil it. We also talk about the big movie news of the week and things we watched throughout the week. Movies, TV shows, whatever tickles your fancy. Well, our fancy, because we're the only ones here.
Yeah, you don't get to say. You just get to listen.
Yeah, you just got to listen to our wonderful commentary about it.
You're all sitting at home going like, what should I watch?
Yeah. You go, oh, man, they talked about Gothic last week. That sounds like a weird movie to watch. We did watch weird movies last week. You saw Rumors, which you didn't understand.
Yeah.
And Gothic, which, I mean, I understood what's going on, and it's just bizarre.
Yeah. But at least yours had boobs in it.
Yeah, it did. Oh, yours doesn't have boobs in it?
I don't remember it. Again, I slept
Was
through
it
the
like
first
violent
version.
though? Was there like zombies getting shot in the head and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, there's some entertainment value to it. But yeah, anything new this week, Brad? I'm just working a ton. I got nothing cool.
Yeah, no, I've just been slowly trying to keep updating the website, get it back to full speed.
Yeah, the website looks great.
Getting those interviews up. I finally got up Adrian King and Amy Steele.
I know Amy Steele's name's spelt wrong. There's no E at the end of hers.
I copied it from Zach, so
I know.
blame Zach.
I know. I was going to say something, but I was like, oh.
You should have. It's been up for like a week now, and now I got to go change it.
Yep. Well, I wanted you to have a week of just...
You know, as I was putting up, I was like, I should probably double-check this, and I didn't. But I was like, I trust...
Rookie mistake.
Zach did all the work. I feel like I should have no reason to...
Where's my other interview with Tom McLaughlin? And
It's up there.
Is it up?
Did I spell that one right?
I don't know. I didn't show up on my feed. God damn it.
It's there.
Anyways.
On YouTube and on the Apple feed, and I can show it to you right now.
I believe you. I don't know why I didn't show up on mine. Yeah. Anyways.
So, yeah, it's doing all that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, there it is. What the fuck? This week, we saw Here. Brad, did you recommend Tom Hanks' latest?
So on Letterboxd, I saw someone's review called it Boomer Diorama, and I can't think of a better title for that movie.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I appreciated that he did had this like camera idea and made a movie out of it, and like it's way more interesting than I thought it would be. But overall, I feel like it missed some opportunities. But as far as like a tech demo thing, is pretty creative. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I didn't know if I was actually going to like the movie, but because it was Zemeckis and Hanks and Robin Wright, I said, you know what? It's probably not going to be like horrible. And you're right; it's a fixed camera, pretty much the whole film, showing you this one, basically living room of this house and its lifespan from beginning to not the end of it, but at the end of these characters' journey. But I was shocked right away. Well, let's play the trailer first.
Hey, Dad. Like you to meet Margaret.
Nice to meet you, Margaret.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Young.
Time sure does fly, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Take a straight and stronger course to the corner of your life. Make the White Queen run so fast. She hasn't got time to make you Cause it's time with your time and his news is captured.
Right here is where we want to be. You know, if you like, you could spend the rest of the night here.
I could spend the rest of my life here.
It's time with your time and his news is captured.
This was our home. We lived here.
Here is, like I said, is a film where the camera is fixed the whole time.
This one wide shot of of
This area in America, which I was shocked that
on
it
the
opened
planet,
with,
really.
with dinosaurs. I go, okay, I'm on board.
I was a little set aback by it does the dinosaurs, but then immediately jumps to like colonial settlements. Like there's probably like thousands of years in between there that they didn't show, but
And they kind of go back and forth and show people's lives throughout.
Yeah, it jumps around non-linearly because it's all about that one area in Pennsylvania, apparently, this landscape. And then, in order to, instead of just being like from A to B, they jump back and forth through time to show you how sometimes narratively when something's happening in the present, it's also reminiscent of something that happened in the past.
Yeah.
And
significant events that have happened in that little corner of the world.
Yeah. Very significant place in the world because Ben Franklin lived next door, apparently.
He did. Every time his son kept showing up, Ben Franklin's son, I kept thinking of The Office, where it's that one Ben Franklin impersonator they got.
Yep.
For some reason. It just kept popping into my head.
I don't know why I'm here. That's what I kept thinking.
Yeah. Because it does touch on, Ben Franklin was estranged from his son because his son was a loyalist.
Fucking redcoat.
I know. And then they also touch on some Native Americans that were there, which I always thought it was weird when the woman was dead and she was like right in the foreground.
That was like a prosthetic.
Yeah,
as far as I could tell.
Yeah, and it just didn't look right.
Yeah. But that whole thing of like, so the main story is Tom Hanks and Robin Wright and like their journey in the house, but then like they offset all that with smaller stories from like the Native Americans settling there, and then Ben Franklin living next door, and then like the guy who invented the Lazy Boy lived in the house, and then a pilot dragged his wife into his hobby. They lived there, and none of those stories really do anything super interesting.
No, yeah, because
like I thought it would be more interesting if like something they physically did to the house connected to the Tom Hanks story.
Yeah, because they also had the African American family living there.
That's right.
After Tom Hanks's character, the movie is really cool. I loved how they used the frames.
Oh yeah, that's right. Like
comic
24.
books. Yeah. And Tom Hanks and Robin Wright are really great in it. Sometimes though the dialogue was really heavy-handed, and it was kind of clunky because of it. Sometimes Paul Bettany's character, who played Tom Hanks's dad, is just, he's your mean alcoholic dad, and
yeah, very much their story was like a lot of narrative devices you've seen before in like these boomer era family movies.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't always work when they're trying to establish a time frame. When his daughter is doing aerobics because they wanted to be in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then his daughter's like kind of stupid, and I don't know, some of the dialogue was kind of cringy.
Also, some of their family disappears. Like Tom Hanks' brother and sister are very much not present in the future. And they do subvert the thing of the Vietnam, like the brother going off to Vietnam and hey, he survived.
Yep.
Like, so that's different.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I mean, I did like the dynamic of when you first introduced to Robin Wright's character. I can't remember her name. I literally saw this yesterday. But she tells Tom Hanks that as long as it's with him, she'll stay wherever, and then he never gets out of the house because that's his character flaws. He doesn't really want to move on.
He's too connected to that house.
Yeah. And they play up her getting Alzheimer's or dementia like really early in the film.
Margaret,
yeah. And then, she said, I don't even remember where I was there and going to the grocery store. Some of the dialogue was really clunky.
Yeah, it's like, it's funny? I was coming home and I didn't know where home was, so I just pulled over.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some fun parts. I thought, even though narratively it really didn't do anything, I thought the lazy boy and his wife, they were fun characters. And the pilot story really didn't do anything for me because I could see where it was heading. I mean, even though it wasn't that he died, in a plane crash, that he died from the flu, the Spanish flu is my guess.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, you thought he was going to die in a plane crash. Nope.
Yeah.
It was the flu, haha, but like, okay.
Yeah.
That's why I think, like, it would have been more interesting if, like, he crashed into the house and, like, Tom Hanks finds, like, a loose board later on or something, and like, it connects him to that story.
Yeah. Because, when it keeps on going and Margaret and, what's Tom Hanks' character's name? Frank? No, Richard. Richard. They end up getting a divorce, and at the end of the film, she is back part of his life because she has Alzheimer's. And there is a great moment where, she spent the last 30 minutes of the film talking about how she hated the house, and then how she talks when she connects with her daughter and the missing ribbon. I thought that was the one part, because you mentioned that you wish, it was something that reminded him. And when she was at the end where she couldn't remember anything, but she remembered the blue ribbon looking for her daughter and finding it, and she says, I love it here. I thought that was kind of a sweet little connecting of everything.
Button to the movie,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was better than I thought it was going to be.
I mean, for what it is, of like just this lockdown camera. I also forgot to mention, there's parts where, like, especially like when Paul Bettany like moves in, like the whole backdrop feels like a green screen.
Yeah.
And they're just walking in a soundstage.
Yeah.
Like the composite there, I don't know, doesn't work for
agree.
me. And there's like other places throughout the, like, it's not consistently, but like occasionally it'll pop up. It just feels like there's walking on nothing. Mm. And there's just like a, fake house behind everything.
Yeah, especially when it was outside and stuff, the vegetation seemed floaty to me.
Yeah, like the foreground's real, but the background's just completely fake. Yeah. But the way they made the rectangles like direct you to different time periods and things, like definitely helped break things up because I think if it just sat on like that one room and they just dissolved between everything, it probably would have gotten really boring. But the squares and rectangles direct your eyes towards the next thing, which is really good.
Agreed.
It was kind of cool sometimes when they would like conveniently like roll a mirror into the room so you could see the dining room and the kitchen and what's going on back there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, like I said, it's better than I thought it was going to be because, when I was reading it didn't sound that it was that great.
Yeah, and then the de-aging, too, never really... Again, like, the close-ups on, like, younger versions of people definitely had, like, the Zemeckis hollow eyes thing going on.
Yeah. Even Paul Bettany, when he got old, didn't look right to me.
Yeah. But, yeah, as far as, like, hey, we tried this thing, like, I can appreciate it on that level, but
Agreed.
Like I said, I think the narratively things could have been like a little more interesting.
Agreed. I don't really have any big movie news of the week. Did I miss something? Can't think of anything or find anything.
Tough to remember when we blow off 2 weeks.
Anyways, since I can't think of anything, here is what we watched throughout the week in a segment I call What We've Been Watching.
So, this is the stuff we've been watching.
A couple things. So, earlier this month I tried to go see Corey Feldman's The Birthday, and then had to do something else, so
I've never even heard of this.
Yeah, it's yeah, so I happened to get a second chance to do it, and so it's this movie from 2004, of all years, which we just did that film explosion, that was made but not finished until recently, or distributed until recently, where Corey Feldman's the lead, and he's meeting his girlfriend at a hotel for this birthday party, and things go crazy. You kind of get the sense that she doesn't really want him there, and he's kind of like off kilter, not quite all there, but he's doing his best to be presentable and like get to know her family and everything, and she's kind of keeping him at a distance. And as the party goes on, he leaves and goes back. It's in a hotel, and he like goes back and forth through different places of the hotel, and you eventually discover that there's a cult in the hotel that's going to do a sacrifice
Nice.
on somebody, and so he's trying to like make sense of like what's real and what's not, and like engage all these like weird things happening, and it's super weird, man. Like eventually like this demon gets resurrected and he has to fight it, and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Only Corey Feldman can.
Yeah, and he's got like this, he's chosen to this like accent the whole time, and it's just super weird. I don't know if I'd recommend seeing it, but yeah, it was you just think you're going to watch this like comedy about this birthday party in a hotel, and then it's like they just keep throwing like weird shit at you.
Psych.
Like, oh, there's a cult. Oh, there's like demonic shit. Oh, there's like a fucking alien and shit. It's weird. And then I also watched Enora.
Oh, that's been getting good buzz.
Yeah. I haven't seen a lot of Sean Baker's stuff, but this is about Enora. She's a stripper, and occasionally she does like prostitution. And so she hooks up with this Russian kid, and they form a romance really quickly, and he offers to marry her, and then she agrees for a large sum of money, and then quickly finds out that everything's not what she expected it to be, and much like Pig, where you think the next bad thing that happens is going to lead to like more dangerous stuff, it subverts that, and it's actually funny and like not dangerous. So eventually she's her fiance kind of disappears, and she has to like work with the Russians to track him down. And you think like the Russians are gonna like, hold her feet to the fire, and extort her and everything, but they're like completely gracious of like, look, we'll pay you to find him and stuff like that. So it's like really refreshing to see like, they're at odds at first, like screaming at each other, but as the quest goes on to find this kid, like they kind of come together. It was really kind of fun.
The trailer didn't sell it like that at all.
Nope. Yeah, when things first turn, you think like she's gonna get like murdered in the house or whatever, but no, they have to actually like go the other way with it, and it's really quite a fun little romp. That's what I watched.
Yeah, I didn't watch too much this week either. My wife has been kind of funny lately. She's been becoming a big Disney fan, which I've always been a Disney fan, but lately she's kind of really got on board. So we watched Tangled, which I haven't seen in a long time. That movie's really fun. It's basically an updated version of Rapunzel, and yeah, I mean it's still animated really beautifully. I think it came out in 2010, but it still looks stunning. The music's really fun. It's funny. It's just a really great. It's kind of a forgotten animated Disney film. It's their 50th one, so you think they'd make a bigger deal about it, but because it's sandwiched between Frozen, and I think that's why maybe people kind of forgot about it, because it's 2010 and Frozen's 2012.
So it's like between Princess and the Frog and Frozen.
Yeah, so it's the last traditional animated film, which I hope will never be the last, but yeah, it's just fun. Mandy Moore plays Rapunzel, and she's really great in it. So if you haven't seen it, just definitely check it out. I mean, it's your standard Disney kind of take on a fairy tale, but in a really fun way. And the other thing I watched is when I was at Barnes & Noble, they had, their 50% off Criterion sale, but they also had Kino Lorber had 50% off. And I forgot Sudden Death came out, so I totally got it.
It was like forget.
It's $20 for the 4K.
Nice, you pay way less than I did.
So watching it again, I'm like, this movie's pretty silly, but in a really fun way.
Yeah. It's just Die Hard in a hockey stadium.
Yeah, but when I watch it, and we're coming up on the 10th anniversary of your Jean-Claude Van Damme film, he does have this charisma about him that you kind of get sucked into in films. Because it's kind of funny when he is talking to, is it the CIA? I don't know, the guys who are outside, or the FBI or whomever.
Yeah.
And he always has these like really silly one-liners that he's talking to him about, and it's just a fun movie. Because I couldn't help but also think about Michael Scott's Threat Level Midnight when I watch it.
Totally. Yeah, that part where he like fights the mascot, and then like boils him, but like, why would he be burned to death when he's wearing the costume?
Yeah, put in the dishwashing machine. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's still silly, but it's still fun, and I miss movies like that a lot because I know what I'm getting into, but I still have a good time watching them. And the 4K looks amazing. I got a new OLED TV that's super nice, and I didn't know if it would make that big of a difference, but when I was reading about it, it displays 2 million more colors in my old TV, and it's very noticeable, especially when I was playing Mortal Kombat 1, and I go, oh man, yeah, this game is pretty like stunning on this. But it looks great, Sudden Death does on 4K, because it kept the film grain, so it looks like it's film, but just like really nice looking.
What'd you do with your old TV?
My friend bought it, who I work with. Because my wife only allows me to have one TV in the house.
That's like, you have both those TVs in your house. I don't know why she wants to like only have one.
I know, because she's weird. But I didn't know. Have you ever seen an OLED TV?
Yeah.
They're like, I can't believe how thin it was.
Yeah, I want one.
And I got it because I have a membership to Sam's Club, and they had the high-end one. It's like 90, I forget how Samsung does it. I literally did tons of research on it. But it was normally like $2,700, and it was on sale for $11. 65-inch. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, well, we'll see what the Black Friday deals are because you were so close.
I know, it's fine.
Probably the same. They jack that ship anyway and then lower it for the sale anyway.
Yeah, but mine came with a free 5-year warranty replacement, so... And I had to have my kid help me because, normally I would just pick up a TV by myself. But when I took it out of the package, I'm like, oh, shit, this is literally just a thin piece of glass. So I had to have him help me, move it over there. And he started crying because he was worried he was going to break it.
Daddy, don't make me do this.
I said, it's fine.
I'm going to break it.
I said, it's fine, buddy.
No, you're going to be mad at me.
Yeah, it took me a little bit, too, because when I was setting it up, I had to readjust all this things. I wanted to get rid of the... pastiness of TV shows and, because it does that automatic smoothing.
Oh, your old TV had that? Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, so this new one did too.
God, you've been living with that all these years.
Yeah.
Poor man.
I know. Well, yeah, it's hard because you have to go through and adjust everything. But I noticed too, because my old TV was 7 years old, so this new one, I'm like, oh, wow, the interface is way fancier. And because now when I turn on my Switch or my PlayStation, it goes to a whole separate menu where it makes it better for playing video games, and it's a smart TV. Anyways, next week.
Oh, actually, sorry.
Go ahead.
Because next week we're seeing Heretic, right? Or the Film Explosion.
It's Film Explosion next week.
Okay, so I forgot to say during what we were watching. So I went to the Denver Film Festival. And I saw another screening of Saturday Night. Yeah. But it had Jason Reitman.
Oh, nice.
And, what's his name? Gabriel LaBelle, Gil Keenan, who just directed Frozen Empire, and then Corey Michael Smith, who played the Riddler in the Gotham series, but he's also Chevy Chase in this movie. And so I got to do the Q&A.
Oh, sweet.
And watch, listen to their behind-the-scenes stuff. And, one of the most interesting things I heard from it was that... So they contacted everyone who's still alive from that first airing of the first Saturday Night Live. They got everybody. And part of one of the things they tried to do was get a copy of the first teleplay of the show, and no one has it. Not even Lorne Michaels has it. So there's no script of that first show, that would show, the stuff that they wrote down but didn't do.
Yeah.
Until they got to Billy Crystal. And... Billy Crystal was supposed to be on that first episode, but had to get cut for time, and he came back weeks later. But when they went to his house, they're like, we were trying to find this script, no one has it. And Billy Crystal's, wait a second, I'm going to go look. And he actually had the first script for them. And then so Jason Reitman's like, so I got my hands on that, made tons of copies immediately. And then, so that was pretty fascinating.
That's awesome. Yeah, I missed it. I need to. It wasn't in theaters very long.
It's still out there, not a lot, but it's also on streaming already. So.
Oh yeah, I'll have to, because I know I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it was really fun to see it with a packed. The 3 other times I saw it was just almost me in the theater,
yeah.
And then this was a sold out screening, and just the audio wasn't great at the Holiday Theater, and that's really bad for a movie that relies heavily on dialogue. But the audience was still way into it, and most of the jokes landed that when you could hear them.
Nice. Yeah, when I saw Here, I was the only one in the theater, and it was the theater 4 at Littleton at Alamo, and that's one of their big ones. So it was kind of nice. Next week is Film Explosion 2014. Make sure you send us your list, and we'll share them on the show. Holiday season is approaching.
Yep, definitely send them those lists.
Yep, please do. So until next week, we'll see you at the movies.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram, @Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it.